Hi there, scrapbookers. Welcome to my site and welcome to this video tutorial. This particular video tutorial is going to answer that pressing question you probably have is, how the heck do I get images onto my scrapbook pages so they look good? Well, we're going to do that. And there's two ways of doing it. One is to do the drag and drop method, and the other is to use a clipping mask. So I'll show you both of them. The drag and drop method certainly is going to be the easiest one to use. Now I've taken the liberty of creating some backgrounds already. I've got one here, and I got one here, and here, and here, and I got a couple of images. So we'll just play around with this stuff. This is the palette bin. You can see that it's really quite useful to have all this stuff down here because you can see what you're working on. If it's not visible, you can actually drag this thing down and gets rid of it. And now I've messed it all up. I'll bring it up again. Okay, and you can see it. You can actually get more than one line. If you keep adding things in here, it'll go down, and you have to scroll up and down to get it. But we've just got a few. Okay, so I've got this background. This is a concert performance background. Everybody is really excited about what they see, but you can't see anything. So I think we'll have to just show them Tabitha, my sweet little girl, Tabby. Okay, so Tabby is now kind of filling part of the screen. You know, get in the lines there. But it'd be nice if she was bigger. Well, we can make her bigger because this is a smart object. Tabitha is a smart object. And you can tell it's a smart object by this little gizmo right here. Now, if you've used earlier versions before 6 of Photoshop Elements or Photoshop, you know, well maybe you know, that upsizing an image is a bear. It's difficult to do, and usually you get crappy results, if I can say that word on YouTube. They just aren't good. It gets pixelated, it gets loss of information, it just looks awful. But with smart objects, you can upsize without losing quality, and that's really neat. Now, you've got these 4 little things here. They are adjusting handles. One up the corner here, corner here, corner here, and corner here. And you got a couple right there on the edges. And you got this little thing drop down. When I hover over that thing, I get this roundy circle thing, and I can move the image around. I can do that with it. Now, I don't like that, so I'm going to say no. If I take one of these little handles and move it, Tabby gets very long, and that looks stupid too, doesn't it? So I don't think we'll accept that one. Now the magic begins. If I grab one of these corner handles here, or here, or here, or here, and drag, it maintains the aspect ratio and makes the image bigger. And that looks a lot better. And there we go. Now we have a much better sized image, so Tabby's adoring public can see her. And we'll just move it across. There we go. Now we could do more things to this image, but I'm not going to in this video. That's the subject for another one, layer styles. So that's Tabitha, drag and drop. Grab the hand tool, gets rid of all the little bounding boxes and stuff. And there we go, a nice picture of Tabitha. And really, I couldn't be more proud of her. Okay, so let's move on to something different. Let's stop this silliness. The next one is clipping masks. Clipping masks are a bit more difficult. They're more of an advanced feature, but they're easy to use. So let's get this background up here. This is called old brown paper because it looks like old brown paper, right? Okay, now let's make, we're going to use this image here, and it's in portrait mode. So we're going to go over here to the shapes. You do it with shapes. And you have different shapes you can choose. You can rectangle, rounded rectangle. I like the rounded rectangle. The ellipse, the polygon. Let's use a rectangle, right? A rounded rectangle. And just draw a shape here. Okay. And you can see it's filled with the foreground color, and it's red and it's ugly. But we're going to take care of that. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is drag this picture on here. And eventually it'll show up. Okay, and we'll move it. Now this is some guy I know who was in Paris at one point, standing in front of the Eiffel Tower, which was like a long ways away. Okay, so I'm going to, because this is a smart object, you can see over here it's a smart object. I am going to drag this up. I'm going to make it bigger. It's bigger now than the shape we had. And we'll say yes. Okay, so now we've got the image, and our shape layer is completely hidden by that. Now here's the magic. If you take your cursor and put it on the line between the Rich in Paris and the shape, and you press the Alt key, you get that funny little shape there. It's kind of an ellipse. And you just tap. The image is now clipped to that shape. So this was the size of the shape. This is the size of the image. So we've taken all this stuff out here and here, and it's disappeared behind the shape. I don't know how else to describe it. It's really cool. We can take the move tool. We can move this around. Oh, don't want to go down there because the red's showing up again. Don't want to go there, the red's showing up. We can move it this way until we get the red there. Isn't that neat? That is really something else. It's a fun thing to do. And there we go. That's how you use a clipping mask. So there's another way of doing it. There's more shapes available. So I'm just going to get rid of all this and we'll try some other shapes. So just hang on while I pause this. Okay, I'm back. Okay, now the shapes here are kind of limited. There's only a few of them. However, if you go back over to the Create menu, remember that from the background creating tutorial, and you click here, you also have shapes. And there's a lot of them. There's a ton of them in here. So I will, once it gets fiddling around here, you can see there's tons of them. Wherever there's black is where your picture will show through. And you can go all the way up here and there's all kinds of them. So we're going to choose one. I've already chosen the one I want. It's this one right here. And just double click on it and I got a shape. And come back over to the edit menu. There, I've got my shape layer. Now I'm just going to make this bigger. Get the move tool, make it bigger. Whoops. There we go. Now you don't have to worry about this being a smart object because it doesn't matter. You're not losing any image quality because it's just like a hole. Okay, so now I'm going to take this picture and drag it on there. And we'll make it bigger. Got to really go in this one. There, we're almost there. Make it a bit bigger yet. Okay, so we'll take yes. Now it's accepted. I'm going to press the Alt key. I'm going to go between these two layers and tap. And there we go. There's our image clipped. And you can see it's a bit closer now. It's got these nice funky little edges on it. So that's how you use a clipping mask. It really is quite neat. Now again, if we want to make this thing look better, we need to add some layer styles to it, which will be done in another tutorial. So what have you got here? Well, first you got drag and drop. And Tabitha is looking out at her adoring public. And over here you got clipping masks. And that allows you to take just part of the picture. So I hope you found this interesting and useful and entertaining. Well, not entertaining, but useful and helpful in your scrapbooking projects. I'm at a loss for words. That's not a good thing when you're doing a video with sound. Anyways, thanks for visiting. I really appreciate you watching this video and visiting my site. If you came in through YouTube, come and visit my site. You'll see the address for it right down here. So have a good day. Have fun doing these things. Practice them, and you'll be amazed at how easy they are. Okay, so thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. We'll see you on the next video. Bye.